homeless people in America. The average age being 9 years old, and I don't give a fuck!
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
I feel like that happens more at your bar.
It does, especially when they know me. When people know me, they feel that they can have a conversation with me whenever, and that's not how it works. Just because I recognize your face and I say hi doesn't mean that we're starting a conversation now. It means I'm acknowledging you the same way I acknowledge everyone else, but at least you get that look of recognition when I see you. And hopefully it's good recognition. But all too often I have people who, they know me, even people I've hung out with before, and they'll sit in front of my well and just assume that because I see them and they're there, that makes them next. Yeah, I mean, you're just as bad as the customers we're talking about when we talk about them up here. You know, I like you, we're friends, we're cool, but you still have to wait in line. You might get bumped up, but it doesn't mean you get to cut. Knowing me is not a fast pass. It's just not.
I think,
Unless you got $100 as a tip.
That is a fast pass.
That is a fast pass.
You do have to pay.
And that needs to be on the table up front. But I just think in general, going into any situation, expecting the entitlement is just always going to lead down a bad road. Like, you might have a little bit of, like you said, a little bit of, cachet here because we know each other and whatnot, but expecting the entitlement and assuming that is just going to kind of turn me off, and now I'm putting you back in line with the peasants. Because that's what used to happen when I would always come over to your establishment a lot is I get off of work, I'm just going over there just to have one, chill, and then somebody from my job sees me over there, we have a conversation, they buy me a drink and what have you, and now I'm the chick at the bar that now I owe you something because you bought me a drink. And next time you see me over at my establishment, it's like, well, you got to hook it up, or like, you know what I mean? You need to stop what you're doing to come give me service. And it's just like, nah, bro.
What kind of service you talking about?
Yeah, what kind of service? What do you mean by that?
9 o'clock.
Yo.
What?
Bruh.
No, that's definitely a couple customers. Like, they see me kick it over there, and then they come back, and they just, like, expect the world to stop when I see them. Because you remember, we kicked it over there.
Right.
That one time.
That
off
one
of
time.
so much drugs. You don't remember that shit?
Yeah.
You barely remember it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. No, I was thinking when you were saying that, just for the times where it seems we may be too much on someone's side or like empathetic with people, just especially for the guys who don't know what it's like for women, like, because we don't know what it's like for women, but we always try to have their back as much as we possibly can. But man, guys are fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Guys are so fucking creepy because you get that same energy from a guy when they buy you a drink at a bar that they like you, the way that you just described it. Like, no, I bought you a drink. Aren't we supposed to hang out? You know, I was hanging out with someone once and they were just talking to me about how when they take people out, they expect that going forward, they get to skip the line and all these other things. I'm like, bro, I thought if we're friends, you're not supposed to be looking at this as a transaction, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be us being friends.
Yeah.
Not I give you something and I want something back. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what that is. Like, it doesn't mean you own me. Like P said, give power over me. You do a better game than the rest of us do, but you know.
I was thinking of the Rick and Morty episode. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just really sucks that people do feel that way, that because they gift something to you, then there's a sense of entitlement or ownership.
Yeah.
I
You
really
think gratuity is your ally?
Yeah, there it is. Call back.
That's really good.
Yeah, I just think when you go out, just don't expect anything. You know, just be a good person. I will treat you in kind, and We can build a rapport over time. And when I'm able to do something for you, I will. Just trust that I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely don't expect that I remember you.
Right.
Please.
Clearly, Rob, you have a hard time remembering people.
I do, and I'm not sorry.
He means it.
I
He does.
Just,
He means
I
it.
see a lot of people. It's the nature of the job. Eventually, I'll learn you. Maybe. I don't mean it harmfully or hurtful.
No. It's okay. I'm just as bad.
Yeah.
I'm just as bad.
I just don't understand why people take it personally.
Shit, I think I'm probably worse. Fucking, you remember the John Leguizamo event that we worked?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You didn't remember John Leguizamo?
I mean, he wasn't there.
He's
We
also
would've
not Puerto
remembered.
Rican, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Damn.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was being a fake Puerto
just-
Rican.
Just anger.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Where is he from?
I don't know. I don't remember what he is, but he's not Puerto Rican.
What
Apparently.
if he is and you're just like besmirching his name right
I
now?
don't think it matters.
He's not going to see
There
this.
you go. I mean, I hope he does.
If he does. Oops. Anyways, the wait staff that they had there, one of the girls that worked there, she came to Capico and like some other VIX events, and she you don't remember me? I'm like, she's like, we worked at the thing together. I was like, oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. That's a completely different interaction than the one I had, though. You know, because remember I said Ruben came up to me and waited patiently, but kept making sure that he would put himself in my line of sight, even though he knew he wasn't next in line. So it was a little creepy because he was in my periphery the entire time. And he just kept moving like,
He just
you
kept
gonna
on-
see me.
He just kept on popping up, just like some strange.
Well, not even like popping up. He was standing in front of my well,
Yeah.
and I would take care of someone. And you know how people think just because there's an empty space and then they fill it, that means they're next.
Yeah.
But for me, the way that I have to bartend, especially depending on where my station is, you could be next, and then you could be next, and then you could be next, and then here and here. And it's on me to remember all of that.
Right.
You know, but what Ruben was doing is he started here, and whenever someone would move, he kind of moved in their direct, like wherever they were, but he never motioned to me to be like, hey, I'm next.
Right.
He literally just sat there, like, with his elbows on the bar, like,
Side
I'm
to
going to wait my
side.
time.
Up.
Elbows
Crab
up.
walking.
Yep.
Crab walking the whole time.
It's a coming.
And then he just said, like, do you remember working this event and this and that? And we had a good interaction, you know? You're like, oh, I didn't know you worked here and everything. It was completely different than, you don't remember me? He assumed I didn't remember him.
Yeah.
Assume.
I flipped
Always
it on
assume
her,
I
and I
don't
was
remember
like,
you.
Yeah.
I flipped it on her. I said, well, what's my name? She didn't remember. I was like, so we're
Yeah.
both at fault here.
Yeah.
You just remember my face. You don't remember my
That's
name.
a good Uno reverse.
Yeah.
Like, she hit you with a draw 2 and you hit her with a draw 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, depending on the rules, that may not be able to stack. So
I was thinking that. It depends on whose house rules it is.
It
Nah,
is.
I'm
But-
always playing a draw 4 on a draw 2.
Yeah.
If I can't, I ain't playing no more.
yeah, I think
Fuck's
they
all
should-
these rules.
That we're getting off track. All right, next one.
We're good for that.